Hi friends, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Well, in this video, we're going to be setting up the flower stand, the new flower stand that is multiple times. I would say probably at least 3 times over the course of the next 3 days we'll be setting up the stand. The peonies are coming on fast and furious. I'm cutting them about 3 times a day right now, and I'm putting some of them in my refrigerator, some in the addition. And once we go inside, you'll be able to see I have peonies at all different kinds of stages to use today at the flower stand. But before we get to arranging and setting up the stand, we're going to go ahead and make the first cut on these fall planted Sweet William. And the difference between the fall planting and the spring planting is quite obvious now that they're in bloom. So I brought my measuring tape out here before we take the first cut to see. I think this one here might be the tallest. Actually, the one closest to you guys is probably even taller. So it's a little bit shy of 23 inches tall. These spring planted ones are barely even 9 inches at the moment. They do have a bloom head on them, and I would think that these would be even taller if they were planted into good soil. This bed and the ranunculus bed behind me is that soil that I had brought in, and it turned out just to be some kind of topsoil, even though it was supposed to be compost mixed with topsoil. But anyway, all that saying, let's get to harvesting, setting up the flower stand. I'm going to do this video a little bit more realistically, a little bit more vlog style than I normally do, a set up the flower stand with me, mainly because when it comes to peony season, I have to work really fast. I only have one refrigerator to store peonies in, and I really want to sell as many peonies as quickly as possible. So let's go ahead and cut this Sweet William, and then we'll get inside and start arranging. Some of the plants already have 3 usable stems. Today is May 17th for frame of reference here in zone 6B. So this is really great. You can see I don't even have my snapdragons ready yet. Ranunculus are just starting. I think that really hot day that we had, well, actually, I think it was maybe about a week or 2 of really hot days in April. It just kind of stopped everything in its tracks that likes the cold weather. It's just really strange. What I'm also going to try to do with this planting is keep track of how many cuts I get per plant so that we can see the difference there too. But just looking at these side by side, I don't think I would ever do a spring planting of Sweet William again. Obviously, this is just so much better. I never ever covered these Sweet William. I did start them inside under lights and then plant them out as transplants. I kept them watered initially. We get a lot of rain here, but then after that, they have been totally on their own. You know, it just dawned on me that these Sweet William would almost work as a focal flower too. If you didn't have peonies yet, or if you were just getting started with peonies, I bet people would buy this as their focal flower. It'd be interesting to try that one day and see how they sell. If we run out of peonies, maybe I'll go ahead and give that a go. The one observation that I did make on these plants that I thought was really interesting is that we had this really cold spell followed by a really strong rain. I think they were predicting hail. I don't think we actually really got any hail, but all these plants, stem and all, were basically, they had all fallen over, and I thought to myself, why didn't I net these? I had taken the time to net the snapdragons. I didn't net these. Well, wouldn't you know, they all bounced back and literally just picked themselves back up, just like a tulip does when it gets too cold. I mean, I was just amazed at that. So really interesting. Well, there we have it, friends. Our fall sown Sweet William is producing beautifully for us here. And I think really it was ready for cutting about a week ago. Let me count how many plants I have. So it looks like I have 25 fall sown plants, and I think I have slightly less than that in terms of spring sown plants. But also, if that helps anybody out, In terms of production, there's 25 plants right here. So here's the flowers for the first stand, and look how much these peonies have opened already. I cut these this morning at about 7:30 a.m. and they look just like this. They're already all fully open. We'll mix that with some Sweet William, some Abelia from the driveway garden, and some Solomon seal from my grandma's garden. And then we're gonna get set up as soon as possible. All right, friends, I got them all done. It took me about 20 minutes. I love working with peonies because it's just so quick and easy to put them together. I decided to just use only Solomon seal, that's the foliage, the sweet white purple bicolor dianthus or Sweet William. This peony is Felix Krause and Bunker Hill. I'm not really sure which is which because I planted them in kind of a mixed arrangement throughout the garden. And I quickly decided not to use the spirea. It just didn't look formal enough. And definitely I didn't want to use those light pink peonies. They're just too open. I'll go ahead and use them for our dining room table. But I am losing customers as we speak. Let me get these out of the stand so I don't miss the dinner rush. Well, here's one last look at these beautiful bouquets before we send them off to their new homes. Fingers crossed for a successful 2023 season for all of us selling cut flowers this year. Let me get set up over there and then I'll give you a tour of the new flower stand. Okay friends, so here's a look at the brand new flower stand. So my husband purchased this. I think it might be an outhouse that's normally used to house tools. We have a smaller one in the very back of our property. And then he put this shelf in for me with flooring from our addition that was the wrong type of flooring for flooring that gets wet. I did go ahead and wrap the bouquets. This year I'm taking Venmo. Oh, my other sign just fell over. I need to fix that. I have some complimentary greeting cards here, a place to put the money. Oh, let's hold for some traffic. But yes, I have some greeting cards here that I get for free from the National Wildlife Federation. When I got that certificate a few years ago, they started sending me free greeting cards all the time, so I just thought I'd put those there. Everyone could put their money in the box or just scan the QR code. I also have some of my other certificates in here, along with some free gardening magazines. Oh, sorry, I'm losing my voice already. And this is on the corner of our property now. So when I'm not open, I can just take the sign down and close the door for the day. And I do get a lot of questions about the holders. These are wine holders. I think if you buy wine by the box or you just go visit a wine store, they will probably give you these for free. And they are the ideal size for sauce jars. So fingers crossed for a good day. All right, friends. Well, another day, another flower stand. It's now Monday. And today we're going to be doing just really easy bunches at the flower stand. I picked these at about 7:30 this morning. Here comes Grace to say hi. It's about 10 o'clock now. So I think we'll just do bunches of 8. Let's go ahead and rubber band them together. We'll give them a nice wrapping and then get the stand all set up again. So the way I like to do the ones that are just going to be wrapped is to create a fan shape. And then I'll gradually work my way down from that fan. This is just such a nice, quick and easy way to put together a front-facing bouquet. I try to save a bloom that's really beautiful for the front. Whoops. There we go. Okay friends, we are officially open this Thursday. I have just 3 bouquets in the flower stand today. My husband took one to work for his friend, and I have something really special to tell you that just happened. So it's just out there setting up the flower stand. It's about 10 o'clock now, and our mailman came by and he asked me if we were going to be open on Saturday because he wanted to pop over and get flowers for his date. And I was really touched by that because we've had the same mailman ever since we lived here. And when I stopped to think about it, more than anyone, that mailman knows how I kind of pour my heart into this, what is a very, very small cut flower endeavor. But still, I just thought it was really nice. Someone who knows the work that I'm trying to put into this, that is willing to stop and pay for the flowers. So anyway, be encouraged that people are watching and that they appreciate all the hard work that all of us are doing. I know sometimes it can feel kind of isolating, and I just think sometimes it feels like, especially when people steal and things like that, people just don't understand how hard it is sometimes and how long it takes to grow something and how each crop is different, has different needs, different amount of skill needed. So yeah, it's just nice to know that someone who sees the hard work that you're putting in is willing to pay what you're asking. So friends, I want to wish you a wonderful day. Let me know what you think about this style of video. This allows me to do all of the flower stands that I do, whereas in previous years, I would only film the flower stand here and there just because that type of a video, it takes a long time to produce. And it's a little bit unrealistic because I'm waiting for nice lighting. It's taking me much, much longer to set up the flower stand than it ever really realistically would. So let me know which you prefer. Maybe I could do a little bit of each this year. But for now, I want to wish you a wonderful day. And until next time, happy weeding. Bye.